So, starting this year, 2026, I'm going to do something I swore I'd never do, and that is accept submissions from indie authors and review their books on my channel, the same way I review every other book I read. What could possibly go wrong?
No fluff writing advice. Cut the fluff!
Why didn't I want to review indie books? Well, if you've ever seen any of my more critical reviews, you know I can be somewhat ruthless if I feel like something in a story isn't working or is poorly executed. But when I am critical, I'm not trying to tear the book down, or the author, or even the fan base. The thing you like is dumb and should be tossed in a dumpster, set on fire, and launched into the sun. Normally, the books I review are already popular or popular enough. I'm punching up, and nothing I can say can damage an author's sales or success. And generally, the authors don't see those reviews, although I know some have. So, the ones I know about were positive, thankfully. I'm not out to make anyone feel bad about subpar storytelling. My aim is to be honest and entertaining, and sometimes I do take it too far. And, for example, call a really popular book a burning pile of literary garbage, when in reality, it isn't a pile, it's more of a mound. Basically, I didn't want to be responsible for making someone feel bad about their book, potentially hurting sales in the process. I mean, I don't have a huge channel, but someone searching for reviews of a lesser known book could easily stumble across one of my videos. But on the flip side, with the channel growing, I do want to help indie authors promote their books. Some of you have already reached out, which is why I've changed my mind on the subject. Yes, you made this happen, now you must live with the consequences. Also, nothing makes me happier than reviewing a lesser known book positively and seeing that video get a bunch of views. I mean, I'd rather see those videos do well than one of me calling Patrick Rothfuss an evil wizard, but it is what it is. For my very first indie read, I'm starting with the Indie Fantasy Club Hidden Gem Diamond Award winner. That's a mouthful. Rotten Gods by Jeremy Bruce Adams. Why? Because I want to read it. Then I'll start working my way through actual submissions. If there are any gaps in submissions, I want to fill them with other hidden gem winners. I'm hoping for gaps, but I won't know the true rate of submissions until, I guess, after this official announcement. Anyway, Indie Fantasy Club is the gold standard for indie reviews. It's my favorite YouTube channel, and he who only answers to the name Inklord is building an awesome community around the channel. Is building, let's be honest, has built. The community's already there. So, Indie Fantasy Club and many other reviewers use numbers and sometimes stars to rate the books they review, which is very practical. I don't do that because I'm impractically impractical most of the time. Instead, I'll talk pros and cons, what works, what doesn't work for me, and try to make the cons especially entertaining. No numbers, no star ratings, just a casual discussion. Then readers will hopefully know enough to make an informed decision. Does this book deserve to be bought or burnt? Oh, there's an idea for next year's Reviews in Review video. Anyway, if you'd like to submit a book for review, do so at your own risk. It must be either self-published or published with a very small publisher. How small? I don't know. No bigger than this. It's a hard thing to measure. See, I am bad with numbers. I will create a more rigid system once I see what's being submitted. Also, I'll read anything in the fiction genre and give it a fair review. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of fantasy and lit RPG lately, but I've also read a lot of the classics, except Ulysses. What the fuck was that? And some more mainstream books. I also just read a book where the protagonist was an actual vending machine. See, I'm open to anything. The only time I'll reject a book based on content is if it's so obviously poorly written it's not worth reading or reviewing. Although maybe it would be entertaining to review an absolute orphanage fire of a book, but I'd struggle to switch off my editor brain, and that's not what we're here for. If you do want to submit a book for review, please understand what you're getting yourself into. I'd recommend watching some of my more critical reviews, which would probably be He Who Fights with Monsters Book 1, Throne of Glass, maybe my roast or toast video where I also roast my own novel, and see if you can handle that type of heat. Send all submissions to matt@dreamcanon.com. I'll add the email to the channel description, and please explain why you're emailing and what you've sent. Don't just send an EPUB. I mean, do send an EPUB so I can chuck it on my Kindle, but also tell me what I'm looking at. An Amazon or Goodreads page would be handy. I mean, that should be self-explanatory, but I spent enough time working in customer service to know that some people are next level, insert relevant and currently socially acceptable insult here. One last thing. While I'm working on my own next novel, which I currently am, I'm not going to get much eye reading done. If you've got an audiobook, great, I may be able to get to it sooner. I'll still be smashing out audiobook reviews, but I'm probably only getting through one text-based book a month at this stage. So I may not get through a ton of indie reviews this year. I have kids, a full-time job, my wife just started a business, I'm making other content and trying to write a novel. So my time is being stretched further than a... No, I won't say that. What's more appropriate? Remember those Stretch Armstrong toys? My time is being stretched further than a Stretch Armstrong right before one of his limbs snaps off. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. If you didn't enjoy this video, hit subscribe anyway and hate watch my content. That's always fun.